Okay, welcome to Astro Conversations. This is going to be a retake of the video that I did earlier that for some odd reason got like I would say like around 30 hits like in less than 2 minutes, and I don't know what that was about. And I didn't even get a chance to even listen to that broadcast, but I know that I was in a hurry at that time and I couldn't really communicate the message like I wanted to communicate the message. So I'm going to do it now that I have a little bit of free time, and then, you know, maybe I can get like a better understanding. So just give me a few seconds. Okay, so we are back, and I just want to first say thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for all the support, because, you know, this is very challenging for me to do these shows because, you know, I'm an INFJ, and this is not really my thing, but it is in my astrology chart that I have this thing going on with communication. So that's what makes it a little bit different with being INFJ. Okay. So, yeah, I want to thank you for that, because I know this is like not the normal way of doing like YouTubes, because people are like, why don't you just turn your camera on and put the light on? And I'm like, no, only if you know about INFJ, you would know where I'm coming from. So I'll be doing another INFJ video coming up soon in regard to that energy that I'm dealing with. But I want to talk about narcissism and sex, okay? So, so I just want to say this disclaimer really quickly. If you don't believe in narcissism, if you've never dealt with a narcissist, if you don't understand what narcissism is, if you're not interested in knowing about people on the dark side of sexuality and how people get used and abused, and if they're not aware of what's going on with them, you know, they will get fucked up in the game. If you're not interested in none of those things, then don't listen. Don't waste your time, because this show is not for you. And most likely, I'm not going to be talking about things that you want to hear, okay? So I hope that, you know, you got a good understanding. But I want to talk about narcissist and sex. I've been communicating with others, and the communication that I've been having with others in regards to narcissism has always been, okay, about sexuality. And sexuality is so important, okay, when you're talking about narcissism. Because sexuality is more than, okay, more than, what the game is about. It's more than 50% of what the game is about, sexuality. And I believe that once people get an understanding of, you know, how big sexuality is when it comes down to narcissism, they will be able to protect themselves. And not only protect themselves, but make sense of why they're going through the things that they're going through. Why they're complaining about sex. Why, why they're getting into situations where, you know, they're experiencing certain sexual things that are not normal to them. But they have to adjust. And I know this to be true because I posted a video where I was talking to an elder woman, okay, and she was talking about sexuality, but she was talking about it in a very brief format. You know, some people don't go into the details like I do. See, when I communicate, I like to go into the nook and cranny of the communication. I want to get to know. I want to feel it. I want to understand it. I want to get into the nook and cranny of it. Okay, I don't want 5 minutes. If you want 5 minutes, there's plenty of places to go to listen to 5 minutes of a synopsis of the pain that you're feeling on a daily basis. That's going to take more than 5 minutes to explain. I want that kind of communication. But, you know, we live in a microwave society, you know, these days, where people want it now. They want it fast. And they don't give a fuck how they get it. They just want it. And you know what? Narcissism and sex is like fast food. You want it, you get it, you got it. But is it good for you? Does it feel good? Is it good? Is it a long-lasting, intimate feeling? Is it real intimacy? Most likely the answer is no. And I know that because through study, you know, I was researching, okay? And I came across intimacy. I came across what love is. You know, I came across that. I mean, I didn't dive too deep within it because I don't got time for that. But I know it definitely looked different from what I'm about to talk to you about. And that's how you know what intimacy is about. So we're gonna talk, and we're gonna talk about this. And you know, when you're dealing with narcissism, you're dealing with sexuality and power. And I'm just gonna keep it all the way funky with you. Is a lot of narcissists, they have weird sex addictions. And what you think is sex is not sex to them. Sex and love to the average person is the same thing. Sex and love to them is not. It's totally different. Normal people see sex, you know, and love and intimacy and love making, passion and all of that as decent, caring, honest, and sexy, of course, because you need that in order to enjoy pleasure through the mechanism of sex. So it's healthy to the average person. It's unhealthy on the other side. And when you're dealing with this energy, you're dealing with the energy of, you know, fast food sex. That's what I call it, fast food sex. So you got that home cooked sex and you got that fast food sex. And I don't give a fuck. You could put it together. It may look good on the fast food side, but it's good on the home side because this is where it's at. You feel me? They don't know that. They become excited about sex when they can bind a person to them. Okay? In a position where that person is depending on them for supply, which is sex. But it's selfish sex. It's selfish because you think you're getting something, but you're not. Just like fast food. You think you're going to get, you're going to eat, but you're not going to feel full, and you're not going to feel good, and the results won't turn out the same. That's the difference between fast food and home cooked. Fast food is whoever, however, I don't give a fuck as long as I got it. It's good. Home cook is like, It's going to be good, but you got to wait. You got to have patience. You got to get to know me. You got to get to know what this is about. That's true intimacy. And unfortunately, when you're dealing with this energy, they use sex as a weapon to trap you. Because they know that you enjoy it. Everybody enjoys it. If you're human, you're going to get turned on by it. That's a fact. It's nothing. It's a desire that we all have. We all have that desire to come close with somebody that will look at us with sexuality. Another human being who adores us. But give me a second. Sex to a narcissist is like masturbation. The feeling you get when you masturbate, you do it. It's over with. There's no feelings attached to it. It's just something that needed to be done in order to fulfill a need. There's no passion. There's no lovemaking. It's just pure masturbation. That is how they treat sex with people. They use other people's body parts as a tool for masturbation. The same way you would use a toy. They will use your body like that. Okay? This is why when you bring up the conversation of cheating and you bring up the conversation of infidelity, betrayal, snakeism, backstabbing to this kind of energy, it's looked at as no big deal. Because they can't express it, but, physically is what they're trying to say is it was never a connection. It was just something like fast food that had to be met, but there was no love because that became voided. That was void. That was a voided transaction. So anything that comes after the voided transaction means nothing. So that means you have to cancel your emotions from the start. Because that pain doesn't equate to something that was voided. See, most narcissists, they know, men and women, they know that a lot of people, they believe in what you call a knight in shining armor. They believe in the Prince Charming. They're believing that they're going to get this guy who is so handsome. He's so cute. He got a fly car. He got money, good credit, no kids, big dick. They believe wholeheartedly that they going to get that. And a lot of narcissists got that. So they will pretend for a long time that they are that. And in the meantime, between time, during that time, when there's a lot of time that has been wasted, you will get used for sex and money while they gain power over you and everyone else around them. they know more about people than people know about them. And you know why? Because people these days are too caught up in the illusion of love and sex and intimacy and happily ever after, which they know that's the lane for lames, and they know that they can bring you nothing but deception, illusions, and what you think is an expectation for this pretend lifestyle that's full of deception, which they think that you should know better. So they'll pretend and they'll give you what you expect. They'll say what you want to hear. They'll do what you want to do. They will sweep you off your feet. Okay? And give you a love affair that you've never had before. But it will be filled with manipulation and illusion and lies. Something that appears to look, feel, and it sounds good. They will plant the seed so deeply in your psyche that it will feel merely impossible to resist this kind of lover. Not knowing that it's all a game, it's all an act, it's all an illusion, it's a Broadway show, it's Hollywood. And, you know, in their minds, they're thinking that you should have known better. You should have seen the show. You should have been aware. And it's not their fault that you didn't use common sense. It's your fault for falling for the myth. So, you know, you got to understand this is nothing but manipulation. And they'll use affection, flattery, glamour, glitz, putting you on that pedestal. They will give you that illusion. They will even give you that sex. And they will give it to you. But I can tell you, when that mask comes off, you may experience something else. A sense of coldness after sex is what you may feel. You may experience a relationship that's not physical, that's not emotional, that's not sexual. You feel like you're left hanging after sex. You feel like you're not really making love, you're just having sex. And that's usually just enough to keep you around until the next time, because you were caught up in an illusion. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. This is my broadcast that I'm doing in regards to narcissism and sexuality. So deep, so deep, so deep.